in the burned out remains of the coffin maker's shop.
Where's Balin?
I don't know. I went through first.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Yeah, but that's Keith, right?
Yeah, Keith is back. Balin's not.
Josh just said, "Where's Balin?" And Blinktop was like, "I don't know." I went through. I thought he went through as well.
Let's give him the 30 seconds.
Sorry, I had to grab a drink.
Drink for a traitor, like the traitor you are. No, okay. I'm just really shocked.
Betrayal. I love that Keith is getting all the flag for this, by the way.
I mean, it's not like Balin doesn't deserve it.
Okay.
I blame Blinkshaw for being a shitty priest.
So. All right. So we're just waiting. Did anybody see if did something happen? Did the knights come to life?
So right as I reached into the fire, I saw Balin appear back. Like, how long is this supposed to last? Are we going to pop back there now?
Did Balin, since I went first, did Balin show up and then disappear again?
No. As I described to Gurgle, as they were the last two going through, he saw Balin reaching for the fire, but as Gurgle touched it, he pulled his hand back and did not touch the fire.
Wait, so Balin never went to begin with? Or he did
never
come
went
back?
to begin with.
Wait, I thought you said we saw him disappear.
Nope. I said as you start to disappear.
Okay, I misunderstood. All right, never mind. It's already.
That's why I was asking
I
if
thought you
everyone's going through. And I said, so is everyone's going through? And you said yes. I'm like, all right.
Well, you said everybody but me. I was waiting, and then when you said everybody went through, I thought you said Balin disappeared already.
No, I never said Balin disappeared.
Okay. I mean, I wouldn't have gone through if I thought he was the first to disappear. That's why I was confused. I mean, I've already gone through. I'll just say I went through.
So, what are you all doing?
I'm waiting the 30 seconds, expecting Balin to show up.
Yeah. See what happens after 30 seconds, and then we'll go.
You wait 30 seconds in the soot and burned out building of the coffin maker's hut, and there does not appear to be any sign of Balin.
Well, never mind. I didn't say that then. I misunderstood what transpired.
Okay. So you didn't tell us what you saw?
No.
Okay. Who was the last one out?
I guess I was.
Did you see anything weird?
I mean, Balin was still there.
Yeah, did you see anything weird?
Well, we touched a fire and it teleported us here.
Like, would you say Tasha has enough to make an insight check, or do you not want me to do that? Is that meta?
I mean, what are you trying to insight check?
Whether or not he's telling the truth about if he saw something weird.
I
don't know if that's too meta or not.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, Gurgle's not lying. He definitely thought it was weird that touching the fire and teleporting people here was weird.
Gurgle's a gurgle. He's hard to read.
Okay, all right.
Well, something must have happened to Balin. Is the wreckage here? Can people see that we've appeared here?
The stone buildings of the outcrop, the stone walls that are the foundation of the building are still in place. So you are literally just in the burned out remains. It is very sooty. It is very ashy. But other than that, you're mostly hidden behind the lattice work windows and the frosted glass.
Dennis, and I say, Phil Dennis, why don't, while we figure out what to do next, we can wait a little bit here, see if Balin tosses, because we saw the violet or the indigo gem reappear.
Mm-hmm.
So Balin could still come here if something like came to life or something like that. If he had to hide out for a second, maybe it only allows a certain number of people through. So why don't we spend some time? We can identify some of the things we found and see if Balin comes across. I
Alright.
know Leo isn't here, but that's what I'll be suggesting, that we identify some of the items that we picked up.
Where? What are you having him identify?
The sword that I found, and then I asked Gurgle if we want to identify anything from the amulet from the guy, or the salt and pepper. Like the thing that looks like salt and pepper.
I think it's salt and pepper. Gurgle will taste it.
It is salt and pepper.
Okay.
It is salt and pepper.
All right. Then just the amulet.
I'm gonna take out the Mace of Terror. Tell me what this does. The mace that I got in the chapel.
I thought we already identified that
Yeah,
one.
that's how you know what it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was already identified. I want you to this Mace of Terror. Will you tell me?
I thought you just told me what it was, and then okay.
No, I think it's in the handouts for you.
Okay. Yeah.
It's in the handouts for all of us. I can see it.
Everybody can make me an insight check when she asks that, by the way.
Can I make an insight check on myself?
No. Blinkshaw, you've known that there's... Well, Gurgle was really aware. Well, I didn't...
Damn.
You've been aware that Tasha hasn't been quite herself recently. There's been a strange tick that she's developed where she's been kind of selfish when it comes to magical items. She's been kind of disregarding other things, but just the way that she switched like a flip like a switch like that, where for one moment she was concerned for Balin, and then the next moment when she realized there was power that she didn't understand, she immediately demanded that be the first thing that they deal with.
Yeah.
That set a point across where you realize now that there is definitely something wrong that you have not been able to fix with her yet.
The staff kind of threw me, because why would she care about a staff? The mace, when she like just went over and put it in her backpack without even knowing what it did.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah, that's why I didn't tell her about that short sword. Something's up.
Are you saying that out loud?
No.
Or no? Okay.
Tasha, what's going on with you?
Nothing.
I don't believe you.
Tasha looks kind of flabbergasted.
So,
Nothing's
all right.
wrong.
I know I should probably not lie to you guys, but check this out. Gurgle's gonna pull out a one of the spoons from the box of utensils. There's one of our random utensils. Like, so this thing is magical, and I don't know what it does.
Well, then Philina should identify it, and then we should use it.
I mean, do you think we can use it? He'll like hand it to Tasha.
I take it, and I look it over. Do I sense a magical aura from it?
That's
Obviously,
not
I
something
don't.
that you've ever been able to do. So,
Okay. I hand it to Philinus. Philinus, identify this.
Phildinas kind of looks at it, and he'll be like, I mean, I can see if all the stuff is magical or not.
Well, you can identify the spoon later, but Tasha should probably hold on to it.
Or I
Yeah,
don't
sure.
know. I mean, it was your magical spoon. Why don't we give it back to Gurgle for now, and then later on we can identify it.
All right, all right.
Okay. It's Gurgle's magical powered spoon. And he hands it back to Gurgle.
Look, I was about to say I'm proficient in spoons, but I don't want to. It's Tasha.
When I have the spoon, I will kind of like turn away and use thaumaturgy to change the color of my eyes to a rainbow color.
Do I
And
see
then
him
just
casting
look back at-
thaumaturgy?
You would see him casting a spell because thaumaturgy doesn't have.
I can't. I can't like. I can't sneak away.
Well, it has
it's verbal
it
too.
is verbal, so you literally speak words.
Can't mumble.
No.
All right.
Congratulations, you are every D&D player ever. Can I
Yeah.
not do the components, or can I do the components in a way where people wouldn't notice me doing the components?
So yeah, Gurgle like does thaumaturgy, and then his eyes will change.
The spoon glows.
And I can cast thaumaturgy, so I know what he did. Yeah, you can cast spells now. That's great.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, ever since I got this spoon.
Leo to identify the sword in the meantime, but I am staying in between Tasha and the sword.
Where'd you
Okay.
find that? That sword, where'd you find it?
It was next to the spoon.
It was on the
It is clearly a glowing sword, by the way.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the guy with the key?
Nope.
No?
This was at the castle.
So
Right.
yes, you kind of enforce this conversation. Philodinus will tell you that this is a +1 magical short sword, but it has a weird trait that once a day, the person who is wielding the sword can use it to cast the spell Crusader's Mantle.
Ooh,
What does that do?
that sounds
It's
fancy.
actually a paladin spell.
But you don't need to be a paladin to cast it.
You do not need to be a paladin to use the spell from it, no.
Oh. I will hand this sword.
You do have to attune to the sword, though.
I will hand
I
this sword to Gurgle.
No, I have attunement slots. Give it to me.
Tasha,
Nope.
You already have a magical weapon, and Gurgle doesn't. So we need to.
You got a
make
staff,
sure
you got a sword, you got that Mace of Terror
Mace.
now. Blake just starts counting off magical stuff that she has on his fingers.
you have talent. That's the sword. Yeah, like I'm all for making sure. Like you got that book too. I'm all for making sure that the things that we find go to party members that can use it. I don't care about keeping things for myself, but why this obsession with grabbing any items that you think are magical?
I don't think you understand, Winshaw. I'm
I
the only
don't, that's
one here with the responsibility to hold this power, okay? None of you are competent enough. Look, I am not joking. None of you are competent enough to handle that kind of power. And you just
She
and none of you
she
have
does
ever
have a
been
point.
ever respected me, okay? And I'm tired of y'all fucking things up when I could have just
Whoa. We may be incompetent, but we respect you.
we do respect you. And when are you going to use the staff, or when are you going to use the mace? That's
when the time is right. I don't think you guys are responsible enough to handle that kind of power.
I've had this weapon since before we met you.
Yeah.
I'm confused as to why you don't think we can handle a magical weapon. We've seen Balin use his staff many times. We've seen Philodinus use his. We're all well not perfect. We certainly are not that. We're all capable people. We're all capable adventurers. We've kept each other alive in the most dire of situations.
Barely.
Mm-hmm.
Tasha seems to be getting frustrated and she's kind of running out of things to say.
Hey, so Tasha, what are you gonna do with that mace? Because you've been using your talent. Like, if you're just holding it, you're talking about we're not responsible enough, so it's just being wasted.
It's not safe in any of y'all's hands. It's safer with me
Why?
because I'm more responsible.
But
I
like,
deserve this power.
Safer how?
You might misuse it. Look, I deserve this power. I have never been the one. I've never been given the power I deserve, the power I have always been entitled to. because no one trusts me enough. No one sees how special I am.
First
Okay?
thing
You know,
we did when
Tasha.
we met you was gave you a magical sword that you still use today. We
Okay.
absolutely trust you.
All right.
Why
Then
don't you trust
why are you
any of
keeping the
us?
spoon from me?
Why don't you trust any of us?
Because I've seen the mistakes you make.
You know, when you make mistakes, it's not that bad. I mean, it's bad. Like sometimes it's really bad, but we haven't like kicked you out of the group, you know? Like we all make mistakes. I'll be the first to admit that I make mistakes. And I kind of look to you and Blinkshaw sometimes to make sure that if I'm making mistakes, like to learn from them. So you're really hurting my little goblin heart telling me that we don't respect you.
If you're gonna question this so much, maybe you should just do stuff without me.
Is that how you really feel? It means
Tasha
so
seems
much to you.
conflicted. Tasha seems very conflicted.
Does it really mean more to you to hoard items that aren't really useful to you and to go on your own when you think that us all working together and taking advantage of the items in our possession, like I just don't get.
I need this power.
What do you need
I
it
don't
for?
understand.
Well, then tell us. Make me understand.
Tasha starts to walk away.
Gogo like runs up, chasing after her, and runs in front of her. No, make me understand. Tell. He like taps his forehead. This noggin's not that bad. Come on, I can understand things. Give me some concept.
Tasha stops and just kind of shakes her head. And lightning starting to come out of her nose.
We'll
Get out
take
of
a
my
step
way,
back.
Gretel.
Gurgle like looks to Blinkshaw for like guidance. I didn't mean that guidance.
I look away for 1 second and damn it.
I'll turn to Tasha.
I knew that was coming too. Like I totally expected it.
Tasha, we're concerned for your well-being. That's all. And part of that concern is making sure that all of us are able to do our best to defeat Strahd. And so that's why I'm giving this sword to Gurgle, so that when we come up against things like those gargoyles again, he was hammering them with rocks, but they weren't doing enough damage. And we need him to be able to fight at his best, because he's one of our best people capable of killing something off. You and I are excellent at keeping all of us alive and trying to push back the front line of the attackers. But we need other people in our group to help kill things off, or we won't survive. And the only way that you can find more of these magical items that you feel like you deserve is to stay alive. So I think staying with us and helping us, even if it's giving up one little thing, can get you more in the end.
Blinkshaw,
Mm-hmm.
there is nothing you could say that would convince me that I need to give up my power to you guys. It doesn't make sense to me. There's
You're
nothing
not
you can
giving it
say to
up.
change my mind.
Do you think you can defeat Strahd alone?
With enough power? Yes.
Do you
You
feel?
know,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just having these weapons doesn't give you power. Like you can't use it all at once. You don't have that many hands.
Hang on, let me type to Lake real quick.
Oh yeah, I can fit 6 in there. I'm bringing 6 fish.
You probably all my fish.
Bumper to bumper, boom, 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 boom.
Oh god.
Nice and clean, dude. How can you clean?
Maybe like 2 weeks a month. You know how lazy I am.
Every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks a month.
Mm-hmm.
That looks nice.
Mm-hmm. It's really all the plants though to do it.
What's in that one? Just the beta?
Some shrimp.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a breeding thing going on, but it's too cold right now.
Tasha shakes her head, and she just closes her eyes for a minute.
Cool,
and
man.
opens them
How's
again.
work?
She puts her hand down.
It's pretty good. I work
Give
at
me the sword.
Walgreens now, so it's a lot easier working
No.
That's the
before.
drugs.
Pretty much.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna take it from us?
You'll regret not giving me the power I deserve. And I start to walk away.
I'm gonna freeze.
At this point, you all have managed to make your way outside of the building. The burnt down refuse kind of just stuck in place where it has always been in the outskirts of the village of Valaki. This headset is pinching my ear, something fierce, and is driving me nuts. All around you, you see that night has fallen. At this point, there is darkness all about, and the town is as quiet as it ever is. But you are in the fortified town of Valaki.
I'm still in the thing, and I turn to Gurgle and I say, I think you need to attune to that before Tasha tries to take it and do it herself.
Well, I mean, regardless, like she's leaving. Are we just gonna let her go?
Well, I don't think we can forcefully stop her, and if we forcefully stop her, that won't put her in a better mood. It won't make her trust us more.
But shouldn't we at least follow her?
We can certainly do that.
She's definitely going to go get herself into some trouble.
That's probably true. Good point. Off we go.
I'm heading to the tavern.
Okay. Imagine everyone else is following after to get to the tavern then.
I have passive perception of 16. Are y'all being stealthy?
This is Blinkshaw we're talking about.
You see Blinkshot following you.
Clang, snort, fart.
Yeah, you can probably smell me if nothing else.
Every time he says that, it makes me uncomfortable. I'm sensitive to gross things, guys.
Gurgle might be off to the side. That's up to him.
No, I'm walking with Blinkshaw.
All right. You all cross the town. Seen it several times, though in this pass through, you see that the stocks are empty. No one seems to be strung up, and certainly no one has any donkey's heads placed on top of them. The flyers that have often showed the festivals that were upcoming under the Baron of Vargas have been torn down and left with nothing in their stead, other than a small, what almost looks like a pamphlet-style flyer that reads, all pay homage to the new Burgomaster, Lady Wachter. Other than that, they do not mention anything. Circling past that and down the road, the tavern is within view, and you do Water Inn that you all have seen many times over.
I'm gonna go inside and buy a drink, and buy some food, and take it with me.
Stepping into the inn, you see that the inn, for whatever reason, seems to be completely empty tonight, with the sole exception of, give me a second as I drag you over to the Blue Water Inn. Hopefully it is still a map that I happened. Did I archive that one too? Damn it. Clearly,
We'll
I
do
thought you
follow
guys,
in.
I think you guys said you were never coming back to Valaki, most of the Valaki maps. Clearly that was a
Hey.
mistake.
We weren't planning on coming back here.
No.
Nope, that's totally fair. Where is... Whatever. You walk into the inn. We don't need a map for this. This is all visual anyways. Or all audio anyways. And as you step into the inn, you see that it is empty for two people. You see Danica, as she always is, kind of waiting patiently for customers to come in, and a little surprised that no one has come in. But you see that she doesn't pay you any mind. She is paying attention to the individual who is sitting by themselves at a table with a small pint. It is the abbot from the Abbey of Saint Marcopia. He's sitting here by himself, a flagon of wine in his hands, and he does not even look up to see you enter.
I'm gonna buy my drink and go sit next to him.
All right. As you walk up and you go to buy your drink, Danica just gives a soft nod. She will pass a pint to you. You guys have helped get the wine back, so this much is a very small thing to ask. She doesn't even charge you for it.
Okay.
And as you kind of walk over and sit next to him, he lifts his head up only just barely and notices you. Welcome, child. What brings you here tonight?
What brings you here?
I do follow in.
Yeah. The two of your allies will follow in pretty soon. And you guys will come in seeing her start this conversation as the abbot just says, I came here because I was requested of by the mistress, the Newburger mistress of Valaki.
Somebody die?
Not in so many words, no, but it does seem that there's two in shot now. But she wanted my aid in personal affairs, and it would not be right for me to discuss them.
Okay.
What brings you all here this evening, other than
What do
you
know
all
about,
seem like you've been through a bad time?
What do you know about the Amber Temple?
I'm not sure. It's not somewhere that I've ever been, but legend of that place does tend to hold that there was great darkness there at one time.
Mm-hmm. What else?
What else is there?
Does anybody else know more about that legend?
It is an old legend at that, and I'm surprised people remember as much as they do.
You don't know anybody I could talk to?
I'm afraid not. Why? What interest do you have in such a dark place?
There's something there. There might be things there that I need.
Need? The
Yes.
last time I saw you, all you seemed to need was aid for the young girl. Has your prerogative changed so significantly?
Yeah. It's been several. Has it been several weeks or just?
It's been a few days.
It's been several days. It feels like weeks.
I know, it feels like months.
Yeah.
We've been here for years. It's been literally 6 days, guys. Calm down. He kind of looks you over for a brief instance, And then seeing the rest of your group step in, he kind of calls off to Blinkshaw. How are the rest of you faring? I see you are down a member now.
One of our group, well, to be honest, we were in Strahd's castle after being invited there. Found a room that had a teleportation device in it.
As you're
We
saying
needed
this,
to get out.
Tasha finishes her drink and stands up and walks out.
Ah!
And so we
Nice talking to you, Abbott. Gurgle follows Tasha.
Don't forget that I still owe you a favor.
I was just about to say, after Tasha leaves, I turn and I say, you had mentioned, I think, 2 other favors still, but I was hoping...
Yes, I am a man of my word, and I promised you that I would use my magics to aid you through whether it was reviving your friend dead or providing other healing services.
And I'm hoping you can help us here. The woman who was just talking to you, the Dragonborn, she, like you said, her prerogative has changed drastically. We were at the Ember Temple.
I can see that.
And since then, every time we've gone somewhere, if there's anything that seems magical, she goes to grab it immediately before checking for any kind of issues, before worrying about what might be a problem or curses or anything like that. And she was just, when we asked her about it just now, the reason that she left most likely is she's angry at me for it. She told us that she doesn't trust anyone else with the power and that she deserves power. I think something has taken hold of her. Something at that temple got hold of her, and I don't know what it is. But I'm hoping you can... I tried removing a curse from her, and that didn't seem to help. But I'm hoping you know something that could.
What she has is worse than a curse. She has been possessed.
That is
By
definitely...
what? I do not know, but the stories that I've heard of that dark place, this does not surprise me.
Is there any way to remove the possession from her that would not hurt her?
By my authority, yes. That is something I could do without too much difficulty.
That is certainly something I would ask as a favor. But because that is extremely nice of him.
But
When did we take a long rest?
I will turn to your friends and do much the same. That is one less favor that I will owe you. which point he stands up from the table and he starts to walk towards the door.
After the gargoyle fight.
Oh, okay. Why do I have damage on me then?
I had damage on me from the zombies. Maybe you got hit by some of the zombies in the.
There was a zombie in the broom.
And
Oh, that's right. That's
That
what it
broom
was.
smacked the shit out of you.
Yes, it did.
So, as you were walking away, both of you, Gurgle, you notice because you're a very perceptive person. I had to double check to see how perceptive you were. Finish that statement. You notice that dedicated to getting the situation to pay attention to what's coming up behind her. And as the abbot is walking behind you, he seems to have a bit of a spring in his step. He's moving faster than you might expect. And as he walks past you, he just kind of reaches forward and places a hand on you. You feel the warmth wash through you as well, and you two are healed. You recover 23 hit points, and any of your reductions are also removed.
Whoa, that was pleasant.
At which point he calls out after Tasha and says, Miss Dragonborn, I have a favor to repay to you. I will suggest that you sit here and receive it.
I turn around. What?
He steps up and he places a hand right on your.
I take a
You
step
cut out.
back.
Yeah, you cut out like.
I said, yeah. He places his hand directly on your forehead, almost with a degree of a.
I kind of take a step back. What are you doing?
Well, he's going to make the attempt to hold on, but you slip out of his grasp easily because he rolls very poorly, and he kind of flexes his hand a bit and says, I'm here to repay a favor on the behest of your friend. If you refuse it, then I will consider the favor paid.
He just healed me, Tasha. He's gonna heal your wound.
I look at myself and I am a little bit hurt, so okay.
All right. He grabs the top of your head again. It is rough to take. And he is going to channel that white light through you as well. You feel your body heal. You recover 19 points of healing. But as his healing washes through, white hot burning in your head, almost like somebody screaming at you, before the situation kind of petals and passes, and you may remove your flaw. Or at least the one you perceive.
Finally.
Oh, I was hoping we'd get selfish Tasha forever.
Are you
Tasha,
so mad when the new
Selfish
person...
Hashra and Evil Balin. This game is the best.
that was.
Oh, I've written off Balin. I already had my next character concept designed around pissing off selfish Tasha. Balin's good as dead.
I have to say, Tasha, that was so hard for me to play because
Oh my gosh.
I know exactly what you have because I do in the other game.
Man, that was hard for me to do because like that was a real challenge in roleplay wise.
That was awesome.
I've said
Well
it
done.
multiple times. I expected Phil Dennis to pick up that staff, so the fact that you were the one that snaked it up, just like, oh, I'm going to pick up a magical item for once, and it's like, oh boy, let's see where this goes.
Phil Dennis would have been great with it, though. Like, Phil Dennis, identify this. Okay, now it's mine.
Oh, yeah, this is really interesting. Puts away.
Yeah, no magic on this. Yoink.
Weird. I thought this was magical.
Tasha just like drops to the ground and stares off into space and says, fuck.
Something like that, yes. Which when he turns around, he starts to walk back towards the tavern.
Tasha's just kind of
So-
blinking, just kind of 1,000-yard stare, just like, oh my god.
When he comes back in is when I'll go out, and I'll ask him if he was able to heal Tasha.
See for yourself.
Then I'll go out.
So, how do you feel?
Like an idiot.
Yeah, but I mean, like now.
I say,
Like
why do
an
you feel
idiot?
like? Why do you
Why?
feel like an idiot?
Something was wrong with me. My head. I wasn't myself.
Well, we know that, but now you know that, so that's good.
We were just worried for you, Tasha. I'm just so happy that we were able to find someone. I tried to remove curse on you, but it didn't do anything. I'm so glad we found someone who could help. Because
Oh God. Tasha starts taking out all the magic items out of her pack and just sitting them on the ground. Take it. Take all of that.
Nope.
So you're you now? Are you really you, Tasha?
I stand up and step away from the magic items. I'm like, I hope so. And I'm just like shaking my head and just like, oh my God.
Tasha, like I said, spreading the magic items around is absolutely our best way to do this. And I think this mace is probably it doesn't work for anybody else really. Maybe I could use it, but one of us is probably best using it.
All right.
And then the staff, I don't know if you can use the staff based on what Phildina said, but I don't know if that's what you picked up in the temple, mate. Is that the issue? Or
While you're saying this, Phil Dennis has already picked up the staff, but I wanted this.
Oh no.
I offer him the spoon and say, "Do you want the magic spoon too?"
No, I just wanted the staff. It's Frost. It's cold. Mine.
How about this mace? Is that interesting?
I can't use that.
Oh.
All right. I need a minute. I need like maybe 10 minutes or maybe like an hour. Just give me space.
Can understand
Okay.
that. Feel free to grab another drink if you want.
I will go back in and get another drink.
And I'll ask Phildinus to identify the
paying
amulet.
for this one.
Okay. So as you all walk back inside, a brief reprieve. The scene pans over the towards Castle Ravenloft. Balin, you have been led to the castle by Rahadin, Strahd's seneschal, the man who is essential for taking care of his castle in his stead and all of his responsibilities. He leads you.
Name again?
Rahadin.
And that's the guy from Amber Temple?
That is the guy from the Amber Temple.
Did you want to do this part in the one-on-one?
I could, but I don't mind if you guys hear it because I trust you not to. Plus, it's more fun for the recording if it isn't recorded properly.
Oh, very true.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a lot of shit on you guys.
Yeah, I'm not going to move the map because obviously we don't need to move the map, but because it's just you and everybody else will be staring at the black screen, but that'll be fine. Yep. And as he leads you through, he leads you up the familiar staircase and next to the gourmet hall, up to the room where you all encountered the vampire Escher and Kellen. As he opens up the door, you see the vampire still sitting as he had been previously, reading a book, and the wolf kind of bobs the head up and looks over at you. Rahadin kind of steps through, pays no mind to Escher, who just kind of watches him circle across the room, and he stops at a door at the end of that, pushes it open, and gestures inside.
Okay, I'm sending you a DM real quick. I've literally been writing for like the last 20 minutes about RP motivation and incentives, what I know, don't know, as to how I'm going to play this. So if you wanted to read that, that's fine. If not, you can be surprised, but I want you to know it was there, and it's timestamped, so I can't change anything after the fact.
Okay, so what is your goal on this one to do?
I've been basically writing down how I think, I'm trying to give anything away to anybody else, but how I think.
If you want to do it one-on-one, we can just do it one-on-one.
I'm just going to DM you what I mean, so I don't give it away. Hold on.
Are you just telling Lake like what you're thinking right now, so you don't cheat later if you think it's bad?
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you exactly what Balin is thinking right now, and what Keith is thinking right now, so that I, accidentally cheat later. That's a good way to put it.
I am gonna take a quick break while y'all are doing that, because I never left at the other break. I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and you see what I'm saying?
Okay, I understand what you're saying. You don't want to.
If you can follow that link, great. If not,
God, to catch up all that in the middle of session is going to be a thing.
Well, the good news is if you scroll down to update 5, that's the most current.
Christ! I can't read all this in the middle of session.
Just Control F update 5 and use it as a metagame to take her later. That's all. There you go.
So Balin is apparently.
I'm going to continue doing what I was doing.
That's
and
fine.
I will control Balin when I feel it's appropriate to control Balin. I'm going to let you control him otherwise.
This is me as a player. Trying to get into a new aspect of the character. That's all I'm going to say. But go ahead. And yes, I take whatever.
So he leads you through the lounge, and as he leads you through the lounge, he opens up a side door, kind of gestures you in. This guest room will be what you use as you stay here in the castle. Looking inside, you see it is a very nice guest room. A large sets in the center of its four-corner post supporting a black canopy trimmed with gold tassels. Several comfortable divans are placed about the room. There is a banded door in the west wall, which you have come through, and a smaller unbanded door in the east wall.
Okay, and what did Radine say? You kind of broke up on that.
This will be when you stay while you are...
While you were here?
While you are in the castle.
In the castle. Balin kind of narrows his eyes at him, and we'll say something along the lines of like, you're really, really lucky you had a fast horse. And that's about it. And they'll just go in.
You're really, really liking that the master has taken such a liking to you. And he will close the door.
Yeah. Even with the shut door, I'm like, everybody likes me, you pointy-eared fuck. And yeah, he'll go get himself situated.
All right. About a minute after you get yourself situated, the door it receives a knock on the door.
Who is it?
It's Esha.
Are you gonna try and get with me again?
I don't know what you mean. Nothing but a gentleman.
Hands to ourselves, or I keep the door closed.
If you don't want to see your little friend, I understand.
Hands. Yeah, don't touch him either. I open the door. Yeah, stop being fucking weird. Come in. Just don't fucking touch me again.
All right. The door opens up, and Escher is standing there. He's holding a plate of food, and on the plate you see is apparently food that was prepared but not knocked onto the floor, as it is still fairly intact and shapely. Kellen is kind of sitting almost like an expecting dog at his heels, like looking up at him, like waiting for scraps, but Escher seems to pay no mind to him.
Balin kind of like is legitimately heartbroken when he sees Kellen, just kind of shakes his head and says, yeah, directly to the wolf. I know why we're both here, and it's important. But don't be this fucking guy's lapdog. You're better than that. And whatever the case, I take my food and go in.
He will hand the plate over, and as he hands it over, he kind of...
Kind of what?
He slips into the room himself.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Balin will fall back into a comfy chair, put his feet up, and be like, all right, well, these are decent digs, I guess. No stress in our manner, but
in the end every time.
Hmm?
He wins out in the end every time.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's a no-brainer. We're in his universe. What the fuck else was I supposed to do?
This is for the best. You'll be happier here. You have company. And you see, he kind of moves his hand forward. He doesn't touch you. He kind of touches, like, where did you say you were sitting down?
I figured there was I didn't hear, but there's a chair on like an ottoman. He flops his
yeah,
feet
there is a
back.
chair. Like, he touches the side of the chair and runs his hand along the length and says, "You're not the first to be recently either. Have you met young Gertrude yet? She's very nice, sweet, though a bit dull for the conversation. I was hoping you'd be more interesting for that."
Is she in the room or no?
No.
No, but I know the name, and I know that she's probably gotten screwed over by most of these minions the same as a lot of people have. Like, my loyalty is to the Baron. You guys are all just fucking weird.
I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sure you'll come around eventually. At which point the door opens. There is no knock. Someone just kind of barges in, and you see this time Relda, who kind of looks into the room, scanning about. And when she sees the situation at hand, she kind of rolls her eyes. Really? Every single time? Do you chase after everything that comes through here? And then she just kind of gives her a frown and says, I see the mood has shifted, and that I should make my way out before the trash ruins it. And he kind of
Balin actually will reach out to Escher and kind of like give a staying hand and be like, "It's okay. She's just jealous of what we have."
When you do that, there is
I dislike her more than I dislike Escher.
just a smile that washes across, and he kind of places his hand like on like just on not like on your shoulder, just like kind of like respectfully on your shoulder, respecting what you said. Yes, why don't you get lost? You're not wanted here.
Oh, you can stay. I just don't think you have to leave.
You see that when you say that, she just kind of looks back between you, and then she looks at the dog that is like didn't really move, or she looks at Kellen, who hasn't moved from the door, and the wolf is just kind of looking over at Escher, and then he kind of cranes his head around and looks up. And as she's staring down at him, she just kind of sighs. You're the most pitiful of all. She turns and she walks from the door and leaves.
That's why Rictavio dumped you, because no one likes to be around you.
Kellen follows her.
He shakes his head. Ugh, from bad to worse. All right, what am I doing here? When can I see the Baron?
Oh, the Count will come and see you when it's due time, but get accustomed, get comfortable. We have time to spare.
I'm done hurting her feelings. Did you have something else you wanted to do?
I just wanted to enjoy your company.
Oh, no, sorry. Totally was using you to hurt. Pain in the ass.
He gives kind of a faux pout when you say that, but he will stand up. He reaches forward, but does not actually touch you. He kind of runs his hand next to your hair, kind of, again, respecting your space as you've asked, and says, oh, you'll come around. They always do. It's just more fun that way. And he turns, and he slips out the door, and he just closes it with a very click.
Some peace and quiet. Balin's like, oh, God, I hope they don't turn me into a vampire if that's the kind of creepy that you have to be.
You are sitting there for a few moments. There is a candle burning in the room, certain amount of light, and you will be left alone with your thoughts. But you do hear that the door clicked from the outside as he closed it, presuming that the door has been locked from the outside.
He kind of shrugs, and I'll wait a little bit to see if... Is it the Count is his official title, by the way, or is it the Baron?
He's the Count.
Oh, okay. I'll start using Count then.
Yeah, the Burgermasters are Barons, or at least the Burgermaster of Vallaki was a Baron.
I had my note somewhere that the Baron was also Baron Strahd, but okay, Count Strahd, but...
Count Strahd von Zarovich.
Yeah, Balin will actually wait around for, like... I mean, he's pretty impatient, but, like, half an hour to see if Strahd shows up, but eventually, if he doesn't after that, I may get bored.
So we're going to cut back to the inn where everybody is returned. The abbot is sitting by him. I don't know why I put him there. And the rest of you are just kind of sitting around the table.
I'm going to go up and thank the abbot once more and ask him, is there anything that we can do for you? I know you clearly are much more powerful than we are, but sometimes there are favors that we can return, and I want to know if there is.
I don't know what to do at this point. I tried to end the plague on this land, but Strahd has spit in my face. So I have to come up with a new plan for how to end this land's suffering.
We're trying to do the same thing. We were sent here against our will, and we want to go home. I clearly a religious man running an abbey, and while I don't think we worship the same God, I think we all recognize that religion is important, and maybe what we can do is like, sorry, so I want to get home. I've been building a church at home in our town, and it's not finished yet, and I want to get back to do that. I know the others have reasons to get back home as well, and from what we've learned, defeating Strahd is the only way to do so. We might die trying, I understand that, but we want to help this land as well. Is there any... Obviously getting rid of Strahd would hopefully help heal this land, and I hope that you can take care of the people here afterwards. Is there any advice you can give us on how to potentially do so?
I have spent all of my years here doing the best that I can and acting as I can. My plan has not come to fruition, and that time has not been wasted, but it has not come to any successful outcome. I'm afraid I don't have insight to do past that. It's so quiet here.
Do you mean in the tavern, or do you mean in Barovia?
He doesn't really give you any clarification on that one.
Well, if you think of something, let us know. We'll be setting out once again, I'm guessing fairly soon. And if you think of anything that we can do to help you other than trying to defeat Strahd, of course, if you think of anything else, let us know.
There is one thing, if you intend to go back to that castle once more. The Abbey of St. Markovia was dedicated in her honor. She created it, she built it, it is hers, yet her remains lie in Castle Ravenloft. If they could be returned to the Abbey, that would be something to which all could be appreciative of.
How would we know her remains?
I'm afraid I can't say.
Okay. Can you describe anything specific about them? We have a way to locate objects, but the more familiar we are with that object, the more likely we are to find it.
St. Markovia is very old now indeed, hundreds of years. I can't imagine there's much left of her than a skeleton, if even that remains.
Is there anything special about, like, did she have any, like, a broken bone or any kind of, like, a skull that might stand out somehow?
I'm afraid that she was a very nondescript woman, but she was a saint.
We will certainly do what we can to find those bones or that remains and figure out a way to get it out of the castle and back to you.
If you can do that, then I will owe you another favor. And if that means marching into that castle and doing it myself, then I suppose it may come to that in the end.
If we find the remains, we will send you a message with their exact location. That might be the best way and we'll also try to coordinate when we're going to take on Strahd so that you have the best opportunity to go in, get those remains, and not encounter.
Very well. If that is what it will come to here, is what it will come to. But I fear that that structure will not free this land.
I hope it does.
All right. He starts to continue drinking.
Tasha has been drinking this whole time.
Yeah,
It is quiet, and you all have drinks to go. So
Gurgle's drinking and attuning to the sword.
all right, you can attune to your new short sword.
And then Phildinus is identifying the amulet as well.
The amulet does not actually appear to be magic.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to make a religion check if I could. I saw the amulet.
Mm.
Can I do that?
It will. Okay. I mean, you can make a religion check, sure.
Oh, I'm not proficient in it though. Can I still make it?
You can still make it. It does not seem to have any religious. It is not a holy symbol connected to unholy means.
Oh. I'm gonna ask the abbot if he recognizes it. Hey, abbot! Hey, abbot! You know what this is? Thank you, Keith.
He kind of gives it a look because Leo's not here to give it a look. And he says, that appears to be an unholy instrument, the eye of a hag. They use them to lure and watch creatures. They can peer through them as if it was their own eye.
Oh.
Well, is there any way to destroy this?
I immediately put it in the back of my pants, right up against my butt cheeks.
As far as I can tell, that doesn't have any magic left in it. Perhaps the one who created it has passed.
We might have had a hand in that.
Keep our fingers crossed. Have them see eye to eye.
Loved that one too. Well done.
Do you have so there's this other, you know how you have a bunch of your inhabitants of the abbey are those people amalgamations of
You mean the... I am forgetting their name right now because it's ever since you guys went to the Abbey. Give me 1 second here.
The Abbey Normals?
Their family actually has a name. What is their name? No, don't fail me now. Why haven't I color-coded these books yet? You mean the Bellevue family? What about them?
Do you know one that has like a duck foot?
Duck foot.
Looks,
Lizard
maybe
scales, panther ears.
Sure. He's
yeah, that's him.
we saw him in Strahd's castle.
That would be Cyrus.
Yeah. Is he a good guy?
He fled from his family to serve Strahd.
So no.
He's a bit of a dimwit.
Oh. Well, he probably won't be a problem much longer.
We didn't kill him. For once.
If you look at the picture of him, he's got a pouch that has a little something in it, like a little creature, like sticking claws out. It's 2 little beady red eyes. All right. Are there any more?
That is his
Are there any more?
From what I can remember, I don't believe any others escaped the Abbey. I have done my best to take care of them. I do feel guilt over their current state, but I merely did what they asked me for.
How did they become that way?
I made them that way
Why?
because they asked me to. They wanted to be perfect. They wanted to turn themselves from more than... So I granted their wishes.
Are they happier that way?
That is not for me to judge. I merely granted them what they wished.
So, Blingshaw,
Yes.
what's the plan?
Well, it certainly seems like Balin hasn't come back, so I have to assume that something bad has happened to him. So I think
Well, I
we'll
guess
have to go back and find out what. I don't know if we'll be able to get back into the castle, though.
we're gonna have to try.
Yeah, either that or I know we were talking about potentially going to the falls to see if there's anything there. Those are the only two things I can think of.
But like, we can't leave Balin in the castle. Like, he's
Yeah.
all alone.
I think we should go back to the castle as soon as we can.
Makes sense to me.
I don't think we'll be able to leave Valaki tonight because they close the gates and don't let anybody out. So we'd have to
Right.
sneak out or potentially
You're not wrong there. At which point the abbot kind of looks over and it's almost morning now.
well, then we
You guys did literally go to sleep at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
then
Yeah.
we can be leaving soon.
Is there anybody, like, are there hunters in town? Is there a place that sells arrows, bows, hunting?
Phil Dennis will tell you that there was the Arisex stockyard. It was a kind of, but it was the district where they sold some of the miscellaneous stuff that they kept in storage that they didn't need anymore. He managed to get his clothes there. You might something there, but they charged a significant upsell.
Yeah.
They wanted to charge me like 20 gold pieces for this clothing. This clothing.
Oh, yeah, I was there. I paid for that too. A ridiculous amount. But is there like a hunter in the area? Like somebody that, fletches his own arrow?
Danica is actually the one that responds to that. She says, well, there's Sildar Zeldarovich and Yevgeny Krashkin, but no one has seen them for the past couple days.
Wait, who?
Zoldar and Yevgeny.
Oh, I thought you said Sildar, and I was very confused.
No, Zoldar. Somewhere, Balin just kind of looks up and says, God damn it. Fucking Zoldar.
Curse you!
Where's he live?
They live in town with their children.
But
the
like,
issue is that no one has seen them come back from a hunt.
oh, where's his house? I can go knock on his door and check.
I don't know. They spend most of the time in the tavern.
Well then, thank you for the information.
What about the people who guard the town? Do they have weapons and arrows somewhere?
To my knowledge, the only thing they use are their hunts.
I think Phil Dennis said he had the tools and all we needed was wood, right?
Lumber wouldn't be too difficult to find. You could just go out of downtown and chop down a tree. No one would really miss it.
Yeah, why don't we do that on the way?
Okay.
How long would it take to make the arrows?
It is a fabricate spell. It literally creates them through the use of a spell.
We asked this at the beginning of the session. Sorry about that. All right, let's do that. Hugh, when hearing "chop down a tree," just starts wiggling.
Like a dog, like riding
internally start singing that song. I am a lumber.
We're gonna hide and I keep all day. Chop down trees and carry wood.
So yeah, I'm a fan of this plan.
So where are you actually heading? Because you haven't given me a destination yet.
The castle.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna go back
Strahd's
to the castle. Okay.
Yeah.
We think something bad has happened to Balin, and we want to go save him.
Alrighty.
I realized that I called Balin or Keith a traitor, but I didn't have the right to call Keith a traitor because like Tasha was also kind of not herself.
We're all traitors. It's fine.
Trader, like, merchant.
Alright. So if you would
Okay.
like to wait until morning so that you can properly set out on the new dawn, you are welcome to wait here. Danica says you are welcome to take rooms, as no one is currently proven your worth. The abbot will excuse himself, as he is not staying here for the night. He plans on making his way back to the abbey in the morning.
Thank you once again.
Yeah. Thanks.
May the morning Lord guide your path.
Tasha stops the abbot on the way out. Seriously though, thank you. And then lets him go.
As you all take some time to rest for the night, we flip back over to Castle Ravenloft. You have been left alone for a brief period of time, Balin. The night kind of waiting by. If you wanted to pick at the food, you can do that, or you can leave it as it is. It's obviously you already had dinner.
More or less than an hour.
It's been more than an hour.
All right, hold on. I've got a whole list of shit I want to do.
Oh boy.
I'm taking a short rest while I have my food.
Novel part 2.
All right, that's an hour.
That is an hour.
Hold on. There isn't by any chance a brazier in this room, is there?
Not that you've been able to see searching it. But you also haven't been searching, you've been resting.
All right, well, I'll look around for a brazier since I have an hour.
I'm flipping through the book. As you search through the room, underneath the bed, inside the cabinet, you do not find any in the room, but is a door off to the side.
I will check that out.
All right. As you open it up and look in, you see this is a closet. This small wood-paneled room reeks of mildew and has a 10-foot high ceiling. Iron hooks line the walls, and a dusty black cloak hangs from one hook, center of the south wall.
No brazier.
No brazier.
Rats. All right, I will kind of go through the cloak and go through a bit more sneakily, see whatever else is in this room I could.
The cloak is just a standard black cloak. It's actually kind of dingy. There are no pockets.
And nothing else of interest in the closet?
If you're going to search the closet, you can attempt to search the closet.
I will do so.
Make a perception check.
Blank shell, give me guidance.
So you kind of search around in the closet, and as you're testing some of the hooks, you realize that the hook that the cloak was hanging on kind of pulls down, and just slightly pulling down on it a little more, a trap door opens in the ceiling.
Holy shit! What happens there? It opens?
Yes, the trap door opens up.
Is there a ladder? I have to climb up?
You would have to climb up manually.
Ooh, all right. I will give it a climb. Acrobatics or athletics?
It swings down, so you can kind of pull up without too much difficulty. Here is the mystery. This trapdoor, as I'm looking at it, doesn't tell me where it leads in the book, so now I get to play the guessing game of where the hell this leads on the map.
While you do that, I have to point out, I love that Balin wanted to try to acrobatics up through a trapdoor when he has a spider staff.
Yeah, I'm saving charges. Look, I don't like any of Strahd's friends. I am going to have to net and web some motherfuckers pretty soon.
I just wanted to give Blake some time.
All right. The trapdoor swings up, and you realize the room that you swing up into. I'm actually going to move everybody to. You know what? We're going to use the "you are here" because I'm just going to do this for fun. The trapdoor swings open to not where you all being here, because obviously you guys aren't here, but you are here. Balin, you realize that this is the room next to where you encountered the witches.
Ah, we were so close. Wow, so I can actually get out. In the hour I was here, did I hear any drawbridges go down or anything?
Nope.
I'm gonna go back down and leave the trap door. I'm gonna close the trap door and go back to the room I was in.
Okay.
And try and hide its existence back how it was hidden before.
All right. So you place the cloak on the hook.
Yeah. I try to set up everything exactly as it was. And if I have time, I will take my short rest to do an arcane recovery. And I have a quick question about Mystic Aura. Since I'm aware I'm being watched, if I were to cast it on my blue cloak to appear, like, could I cast it on my cloak to make anything in my cloak appear non-magical?
So you're going to clarify what you're attempting to do here.
So you'll see in my notes, I don't intend to give up the Sun Sword anytime soon. And I don't want to pull it out because I feel like I'm always being scryed on. So I want to just kind of cast the spell on my cloak itself. So to give it off a non-magical aura, hoping that'll cover the Sun Sword. But if that doesn't work,
You're trying to make that Sun Sword look non-magical. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm trying to, without pulling it out. So I'm focusing on the cloak.
I'm checking the spell magic aura. God damn it. Why is it... I hate that the stuff uses nondescript names, because they're like, oh yeah, no, if we don't call it Nistell's magic, it'll be copyrighted.
You changed the way... I can post it to
I got it.
I got it, okay.
Well, it doesn't look any different, but at the very least, if it's magic, if they're detecting magic, then perhaps it won't appear. It definitely does not register as a magical item. Now it just clicks.
Okay, I will at the very least just mark off a spell slot and hope that worked. But then I'm going to continue to wait.
All right. For the better part of an hour, you get your rest, and you cast this to hopefully hide that away. Does that require material components? I think that has some material components that are consumed.
A square of silk.
A small square of silk.
Yep, you don't. It's not, so you're fine. All right, so you do that. In the better part of another hour or so, you notice that the candle kind of flickers and goes out, leaving the room completely dark.
Yeah, after about an hour, I'm going to assume that I'm not getting visited, and it's, I'll check the main door. It's locked from the outside.
You're now looking around in the room in the dark, by the way, with your dark vision goggles.
Yes.
Yes, the door that leads out to the lounge has been locked from the inside.
Right. Is the lock breakable from inside? I mean, you don't have to pick the lock, but I mean, I can disassemble the mechanism.
You would have to pull the door apart to do that.
I mean, add a character. Keith has picked a lock from the inside. Don't ask. So I mean, it is possible to disassemble the handle. But if that's too much work, I'll just go back out the way.
Do you have Tinker's tools to pull the handle apart? This is not Thieves' tools to do that. That would be Tinker's.
No, I don't. I have a crowbar and whatever's in a dungeon.
You could pry the door open. You could pry the door open, but you don't have a screwdriver and such to take the handle apart without breaking it in the process.
I'll take the secret way out.
Crowbar is just another word.
All right. So a little bit of a frustration as you do that, and you turn around. Strahd stands on the other side of the room, just kind of watching you in the process of doing this. His hands behind his back, almost like he was politely waiting for you to turn around. Are you enjoying your accommodations? Am I not coming through? Am I muted? Hello?
We can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted. That was my fault. Okay. You said that was Strahd. Right?
Yeah. You turn around.
I heard what you said. Yeah,
there.
I said the food was good. Wasn't crazy about the locked door, and most of your sycophantic idiot servants are annoying, but otherwise I've been in the palm of comfort, and I thank you for that, Count.
When given certain individuals' liberties, sometimes you find they act rashly. I am giving you a chance, Balin. A grand opportunity to escape the fate that awaits your friends.
What fate is that?
They will be killed, and they will be left here like all the others that have come before them.
I don't actually know the etiquette on this. Your Grace, Your Eminence,
Your
Count.
lord will suffice. Your master, if you prefer.
My lord, my master. They've already lost the game. Just kick them back into favor, and who cares? You've won. You've beaten them.
That is a tried and true rule of war. The loser does not get what they want.
Okay, I mean that's your call. I just think that you're right. You're right. I'm grateful that you took me in and showed me this hospitality.
You've been exploring the castle. Found anything interesting?
Quite a lot. You have a weird panther dog person. By the way, he's hanging up in the jail. I might have knocked him unconscious. You might want to send someone down before he drowns.
We'll tend to that.
Cool. Yeah. We broke your heart statue. I'm sorry about that. I didn't even know it was a thing, but that was a thing, and we weren't crazy about that. Some gargoyles. No, we didn't start any fights. It's mostly inanimate objects that us. I don't want to be a dick here, but I feel like I have to tell you this because I owe you so much. I kind of read your diary.
You read the tome.
Yeah, your diary.
He reaches a hand out, and without even a chance to resist, you hand it over to him. And he kind of takes it and turns it around and looks at it. A long time since I've set eyes on this. And he kind of folds it away inside of his own cloak, where he turns towards you. That is 2 items of interest that I have had hidden away that you have found. Any more?
I did not want to give this up. And I really, really don't want it to go back to its original owner. But he pulls the rapier loose. Technically, this is Esmeralda's. And I took it from her after I tried to murder fuck her stupid face. But she works for you, and I work for you. So if you think she should have it, you can have it back.
You notice that a frown forms on his face. Are you lying to me, Balin?
No, I definitely tried to murder fuck her stupid face.
I'm affording you an amount of trust and generosity right now. If you spit in that face, your fate will be worse than theirs.
Strahd, Count Strahd, look me in the eye and tell me if I'm lying. This is the only other thing I can think of right now that you definitely would want that I have.
Why would I
If he
want
makes
such a pitiful thing?
I don't know. It's been special to me. It's helped me kill a lot of your minions, no offense. So, I mean, and she works for you. I don't know. I'm just trying. I gave you back the diary. I'm on your side here, man. I get it. I just want to live and do good and fucking just this is where I'm going to be. I might as well, work with everybody here. So if you want it back, you can have it. But I don't know what your relationship is with her. She's crazy.
Your friends will be returning soon. I don't imagine they will leave you to this fate much longer. At which point, you hear a massive cranking as what you assume are doors opening, gears turning, and you have to assume the portcullis of the castle is ringing down in the distance, or opening as the drawbridge allows more people to enter.
They're not going to come back for me. They fucking hate me.
Do
They
you
hated me
think-
before I sold them out.
Do you think so little of them?
No, thinks a little of me. They're not coming back for me. They're gonna say they are, but they'll find some other fucking excuse to go somewhere else. They're not coming back. I wouldn't worry about them. Just let them. No, you're not gonna let them escape. They're not coming back for me. They shouldn't. They know better.
It is pitiful to see you in such despair. To think I thought so much more of you.
Nope. I'm basically just a giant, self-loathing piece of dog shit. But I made the right choice coming here and siding with you.
You will remain in this room for the future. If I need you, I will call. And you see as he turns towards the door that leads to the lounge, and he walks to it, but without opening it, he just phases straight through it as if it wasn't even.
All right.
You have lost the Tome of Strahd, but you have not revealed this.
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't make me throw a deception on because Strahd was going to roll a fucking 1.
Oh, wow, yeah, no, you would have forced me to roll a 1 on that.
I was sitting on that 1 going, I fucking dare you to insight me.
For my interest. Let me see that deception check.
Oh, it would have been a -7, but okay, let's see. Don't I have disadvantage?
From what? Are you exhausted or something?
No. I'll have to DM you.
Slide into the
No.
DMs of the.
Oh, okay. In that case.
Welcome to the Whispers portion of this campaign.
You still would have lost.
Yeah, he probably would have seen through that, but he didn't. So we'll just move on from that.
Oh wait, yeah, I forgot with modifiers. Forgot about that. Oh well.
He still gets the plus. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Either way, yeah, that was my whole. That was my thing. There, I was like, dude, if it comes down to this, I'm definitely dropping that 1 down. But I'm glad it didn't come up.
Alrighty. Actually,
right.
you got that 1 at the end of the long rest you took after the guard.
Yeah, I redid it, but I didn't have to use it apparently, so that's good.
Well, I was thinking, I was trying to remember the last time you took a long rest. It was literally after
the girls. Yeah, I got a 1 and a 13.
Alrighty. You are undisturbed for the rest of the night.
His exact words were, "You'll remain here for the future, and I'll call you when I."
Mm-hmm.
I'm a divination wizard. I know exactly when the future is. It's just then. So I may sneak out in a bit. Next week.
We still got 40 minutes left in the campaign. Or the session, rather, the campaign. Yeah.
Do we? We still gonna keep going?
The game ends tonight. No. We don't stop till 10. What are you talking about?
For some reason, I thought we wrapped it. All right, never mind. Anyway.
11 Eastern.
Well, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna wait a while for the sun to come up so we can go back to them if you want. But yeah, I mean, I heard what he said. He said, "I'll wait for him here for the future," and the future is exactly after he leaves. Is technically the future.
So when will now be then?
Now.
Soon.
Soon.
We're in now.
Alrighty. So flip back over towards our motley band of adventurers who are trying to cross the valley of Barovia.
Oh, he didn't take the rapier, right?
No, he did not take the rapier. He did
Fuck
not
you,
pay any
Esmeralda.
mind to that. He did not pay any mind to
Fuck
the
you and your stupid backstabbing face, you stupid backstabber.
I chopped down a tree. I chopped down a tree. I chopped down a tree.
You chopped down a tree. He was happy to this tree, cutting into it time and time again, making neat swings and causing the thing to tumble over without any difficulty whatsoever.
And then I continue to chop at the tree until Phil Dennis and Gurgle pull me away. That they have
Phil
any kind of
Dennis
useful
and
piece
Gurgle
left.
pull you away.
It takes
He tried to pull away.
You'll have to give them guidance against you.
Actually, Hugh is giving him guidance just to keep this going. I don't know why you love Hugh so much. You love Hugh so much.
I do.
Alrighty, so with wood acquired, Phil Dennis can use the spell to create a batch of silvered arrows. I'm double checking to see how much silver he has to see how many arrows he can make.
I also have
Who
silver
has
to
all the
contribute.
silver?
I have
No, I have gold. I don't have any silver.
I have 6 silver.
I have 28 silver.
He has 14. You have 28. That's 40. How many
I
did
have
you say you have,
6.
Blinkshaw? You have 6. That's 48. That is just
Can-
enough for. That is not enough for 20 gold, silvered arrows.
What if we use some of the electrum?
I know we could.
Electrum is a metal that, since it has been fused, it is no
gold and
silver.
I mean, would they have allowed us to exchange it again at a?
Not in this
Great.
place.
No, okay. The Locky, like the bartender, wouldn't have been able to change some silver for electric.
God damn it! Stupid smudge on my glasses. Give me a second here. No, because we had the issue with that the last time you guys tried.
Yep.
And it wasn't Milwaukee, it was one of the stores that, as you look through Milwaukee, you see most of the stores are closed down. There aren't many stores left.
All right. We bought
Is
everything.
that in contrast to when we first came to Milwaukee?
When you first came to Milwaukee, most of the stores were closed down. It seems more have closed down in that time.
Okay.
Because that's how they actually are. Doo-doo-doo. So yes, with the combination of all, you have, unfortunately, just not enough silver to actually cover making 20 silver arrows. I'll have to do the math on what 2 arrows is worth, but that will be something that you can all manage. So I will mark down that he has done the fabricate, and I will tell you how many arrows you have the next session.
Okay.
I'm sure you had no arrows or no silver rather.
Yeah, but it has not turned your arrows. Also, it is literally these arrows. So you have now. Shit, actually, he could create more than that. He could create lots of arrows. Entire tree. I'm doing quick mental math on how much.
Listening again.
Where's my phone at? This would be a lot easier if I just use a calculator. I can tell you right now, because we're really just burning time now since Phil Dennis isn't here and have to be separated.
Oh, what burning time? I have more shit I want.
So missing 2 of them, you can produce 7. He can produce 17 silver, and he can produce 100.
You're cutting out.
Yeah, I just heard
Yeah.
17 and.
I mean, he can make 17 silvered arrows using up all of your silver, and he could produce over 400 normal arrows just with the fact that this is a tree, and he is very efficient at creating these arrows with this spell.
All right, so 17 silver arrows and 400 regular arrows.
Which you really have no way to carry.
Yeah, but I can carry at least 50.
Yeah, you could carry at least 50 of them. Sure.
All right. All's good. Oh, I still have 23 bolts and 3 normal arrows.
I need to mark out the 4th level spell for filming this. All right. From there, it is a trip across the land to get back to the Castle Ravenloft. The better part of traveling, let me do some actual quick math here. We'll say since you left literally as early as you could in the morning, you have all the time that day to do it. Assuming it only took you about 10 minutes to chop down the tree, because Hugh is amazing at that, because it is what Hugh does. It'll take you the better part of that. There is 6 hours, because it is a far trip to get across Barovia. That is another 2. So 8 hours you will have crossed over the mountain gates that separates the valley in half. Founding nothing on your way, by the way. And then it is another 2+ hours to get back to the castle. So 10 hours after you set out, rearrive at Castle Ravenloft.
All right, we used fast travel.
Yes. Well, there's nothing to throw. I'm not throwing anything in your.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, there's nothing to encounter. So it's travel time now. You guys are literally just burning time.
If they're just burning time, can we...
You cut out.
So
What
just
did you say?
get.
What would Balin have been getting up to in those 10 hours?
So, like you said, like I explained my rationale already.
Balin, we can barely hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you're really quiet.
Put your mouth next to the microphone.
Well, not directly next to it.
Here
Well,
we
don't
go.
fillet it. Just
Sorry,
talk to it.
I'm pacing again. You know me. I can only fillet. So Balin will
This
definitely
is awkward.
sneak out the trapdoor after enough time passes for him to believe in the future.
Okay.
I mean, A was already here, which could have been Castle Ravenloft, and B, the future was 10 seconds later. So I would wait about another hour, and then. Did you say I would have taken a long rest?
You took a
Otherwise,
short rest.
no. You were saying like because after that seems over like, and then the night passes. Was that another long rest?
I didn't say you were taking a long rest. I'm saying time.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I would sneak out.
I don't know. So basically, I'm saying there's a lot of time here where Balin is just off doing his own thing. What is he doing for 10 hours? Because the group is
Yeah.
going to take a long time to get here.
That's what I'm saying. So, out of character, my intentions are right now to find a brazier in the castle, reawaken Archimedes, send him to tell them not to come because I do not want them coming after me, and I do not want them to walk into his trap. That's step one. And I'm just telling you my overall ideas here because I don't know exactly what is in my way. But there's that. And then I'm having a hard time figuring out how much time has passed on when I get a...
It's been about 10 hours.
Okay, I'm just going to declare something to you in DM.
I know what you're talking about. It's been about 10 hours.
But even beyond that...
Or it would be beyond 10 hours. It'd be around 12 hours. Yeah. It's roughly around, with them, with after their travel time, be around you got finished your last long.
I have to know what's going on. I'm so confused.
Does that make sense, Lake?
Alrighty. So you all arrive at Castle Ravenloft. The drawbridge is down, almost like it is.
Yep.
Huh.
That's. Wait. Could Balin
This means
gotten out?
maybe he's dead.
Wait, I
Or
can cast Sending.
Strahd captured him, and
I'm gonna cast. Should I cast Sending? Talk to him? Ask him what happened?
Yeah.
I
Find
didn't
out where
think
he
of that.
is.
I'm gonna cast Sending to Balin. Balin, where are you? What happened?
You do not get a response.
Okay. No response. That could be bad.
It means he's probably. I guess. Does that mean he's dead? I mean, he's been in there for like 10 hours at least.
Let's just keep
Yeah.
going.
and I feel like I don't know what else to do other than try and rescue Balin and finish off Strahd. And even if Balin has died, he still has some of the best implements to potentially finish off Strahd with him, at least one of them.
Yeah.
And so I think we need to. I hope we find Balin, and he's alive and okay.
You guys, I haven't been 100% friendly since we met. But I guess something I've never told you. When I was on the seas, when I was sailing with my crew, that crew was my family. And that crew was everything to me. And once the pirates attacked our ship, I lost most of that family. And I never thought I'd ever have the same thing again. But since I've met you guys, you've taken care of me. And we've gone through a lot together. I'd like to think that you're my new family. So if Strahd killed Balin, God help him. Because he's going down.
Gurgle runs
Rashid
up
looks a
and
little
grabs
awkward.
your leg and like hugs it very tightly.
You have a dwarf on one leg and a goblin on the other.
I'm just
Dennis
kind of
is
standing
trying
there
to hug too, but he's like having a hard time getting his arm.
He's still on your shoulders, like.
Phil Dennis would absolutely be a hugger. We know that Phil Dennis is a hugger.
All right. That's enough. Okay, I'm good. I'll stop saying mushy stuff now. Get off me.
You eventually have to shake your leg enough to get Gurgle off.
I'm
He's
start
like,
pushing
"Ow."
you off of me.
All right,
yeah. Forget
let's do
Let's go.
this. Project Fuck Strahd up.
Let's get Balin.
And I
You guys
guess
are on the map, and you should be able to see.
Okay.
You cross the drawbridge that spans the 50-foot gap that separates the mountain spire that Castle Ravenloft is on from the gap road that leads to it. A monumental drop that fades away only into darkness, even despite the fact that day is in place.
I am sneaking.
Is there a crocodile following us? Are we going zigzags? I assume we're moving forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's
A
trying to
couple of
move
us
the
are
token
moving.
the same way.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
So, as you make your way to the castle, you see doors that lead through Castle Ravenloft's main foyer. The ones you came through the last time you went through here.
Did we?
What'd you say about them? Are they open?
They're not open.
No.
They weren't last time either. Did we? We didn't see any other. We did see another way down to the courtyard, didn't we? But it was just from up on the ramparts, wasn't it? Because we had talked about potentially going down to the courtyard and seeing if the portcullis was open.
There haven't been any ladders or such down to the courtyard that you've been able to see. It seems like all of the entrances to the castle itself are from the interior of the castle.
Okay.
Because it would be very poor design if the wall defenses could be accessed from the outside.
Yep.
If thinking back on the model that we saw in the Amber Temple, do we remember any way into the castle besides the front door? Any secret ways that we saw?
Nothing that you could access.
Okay.
You do remember that there were walled portculli on both the north and the south side of the castle, and there was also what appeared to be buildings on the back side of the castle, but you could not see inside those.
Okay. I guess maybe the most direct route makes the most sense. Sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to open this door.
I try it and see if it's locked.
It opens.
I look back at the people, the short people next to me. Because I'm the tallest one here. I've always been the tallest, but I feel even taller right now.
I remember the last time when after we fought the gargoyles, we started going out, and something was looking at me.
Yeah. They were like those serpents.
Yeah.
Those dragon things.
Yeah, opening the door and looking in this room, you do see the pillars that stick up in the center of this room or around the edges of the statue of what appears to be a dragon, though none of them are currently moving, nor none of them appear to be coming to life.
Let's just get through this room quickly as possible.
Yeah, make a run for it.
All right, we run to the other wall. Open the door.
All right, as you run to the other wall, give me 1 second here. You run through and you pass through that with no difficulty. But as you run through that other side of the room, give me a second. I want to double check how far you guys can see. You see this far door here is also open, and at the far end of the hall, the chapel is giving off just enough light that you can see. I don't have any light set up, so this is difficult. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit of a cheat here, just because this is something I can do. Doop, doop, and this. You see what appears to be Balin standing in front of these doors, pushing his way into the chapel.
Okay. I look
Like,
at Blinksaw.
Right here.
Like over here.
I look at Blinksaw and I look back. Should I shout his name?
I deleted the thing giving light. I fucked up. Okay, you make a decision.
I don't think that's him. I think he would have responded.
Not
Does
if he
he come
didn't
here?
see us.
I didn't shout his name. Asked if we should shout his name.
Yeah, I don't believe that that's him.
Okay.
Does he disappear at all?
He appears to be walking forward into the chapel.
Yeah, I don't believe that it's him though. Does he disappear in any way?
If you would like to make a investigation check to see if he is an illusion, you can.
That I would.
Everything about him
That-
seems real. Down to
I
his
guess-
blue billowing cape.
Yeah, I guess maybe it is him. But
Yeah.
I'll even roll for
Oh.
Phil Dennis.
Wait, do you
Phil
think
Dennis seems to
maybe
believe it's
he's
him as well.
undead?
remember,
He might be a vampire.
I say remember Balin's vision.
The
That's
chapel.
why the chapel and us leaving him behind. That's why I feel like it might not be him. It might be a trick, trying to convince us.
Well, what do we do now?
I asked, do you still have locate object prepped?
I think so. Let me check. Yeah, I do.
Do you want to locate the sword?
Okay.
If it's right there, it's him.
I
If it's not,
cast locate object on the sun sword.
The object you are attempting to detect is approximately 105 feet ahead of
It's him.
all right, let's go.
Do we go quietly or?
Would you like to make stealth checks?
Gurgle's definitely sneaking.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a stealth.
Why don't you go ahead and roll me perception, Balin?
I smile, and
You mean Blink Show?
hey,
No, I mean you, Balin.
No, I'm never sure. That's why I double check.
No, I have been good this year. I have kept that straight.
come on, Balin. I finally get a decent stealth.
You get it.
You want to give me guidance?
All right.
I
So
should've given
as
myself
Balin is
guidance.
stepping into the chapel, and
Oh,
you
man,
all
I
start
got
to move
roasted.
after him, he kind of turns his head, leans back, looking at you all. And the second that you see him, there is a horror that runs over his face, and he turns and he starts to run.
I'm running after him.
Balin, wait!
Yep, I'll run
Yeah,
after him.
run after.
All right.
I'll waddle after him.
As you chase after him, and as you get to here, you realize he has turned a corner. Just as you can hear his footsteps kind of clopping down these stairs. Following those, you hear that he is descending down the circular staircase that you all never made your way down. And as you follow that, give me 1 second to move you down there.
Just a note: locate object can
Mhm.
last up to 10 minutes.
So we can follow him.
So we should be able to follow him even if he stops running or stops making noise. Like,
All right, you follow him down to here. And as you are running here, you can feel the object has moved ahead of where you currently. It seems to be directly ahead of you, probably about 150 feet in that direction. But as you move down here, let me read the description for currently. I need to double check because there are so many things in this room. This is okay. Buried deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft lie ancient catacombs, with arched ceilings supported by wide, hollow columns that double as crypts. Cobwebs hang limp in the musty air. A thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. The black ceiling is moving. And you can see footsteps run through the bat guano all the way ahead of you.
I'm still running.
All right. As you continue to chase after it, you see you hear noises and see things as you scan by. Catacombs line either, and you see names such as, I'm flipping to these pages, Shasha Levskovka, wife. Katrina Velikovna, bride. Sir Eric Vonderbachs. One is blank, but you also catch Ivan Leskovich, champion of winter dog racing, and even as you run past, you wouldn't catch that because you guys are too focused. But as you do run by,
Gurgle is slowing down. He's not like rushing through this area.
All right. Well, then I'll move Tasha forward because she's moving forward by herself. She's getting to here.
Forward, but I'm probably not caught up to Tasha.
You're running. You're a little slower. And Gurgle, you're keeping up until Dennis is keeping up with you because you guys are speed. But you're not so headstrong as to charge direct.
No. Yeah, Gurgle's like, shit's gonna come out of the wall.
As I'm running, I'm just kind of half shouting, half whispering, Balin, stop!
All right. As you get to here and here, both of you, wide steps descend to a landing flanked by two alcoves. Within each alcove, taking up the full 30-foot height of the ceiling, is a bronze statue of a warrior holding a spear. A soft blue curtain of light flows between the two alcoves. Dimly visible on the other side of the curtain are more descending stairs and Balin, standing still, staring up at what appears to be stained glass windows.
As
you move slowly through here, Gurgle, you and Phil Dennis make out the names that are on these tombs, or at least one of the. This tomb here, or this crypt here, reads Irina Kolyanovich.
Oh.
Or sorry, not Irina Kolyanovich. Her name is just.
It's what?
Shit. What does this one read? I'm double checking my notes here. It says Irina Kolyana, wife.
Ooh.
I stop at the top of the stairs. Balin, what are you doing?
If he can hear you, he doesn't seem to be paying any attention.
I look back at Blinkshaw. What's going on? What's wrong with him?
Remember the blue curtain?
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
Yeah, same. I don't know what's happening. Does the blue curtain... He said he would be trapped on the other side of the blue curtain. Is Balin moving or doing anything?
He is standing there, just kind of staring.
Is there like a pebble near me that I can pick up?
Not that you can see down here. There's lots of bat guano you can scoop up.
I scoop up some bat guano and I throw it at him.
Yeah.
Because I'm angry.
At him or near him?
At him.
Okay.
I'm throwing it at him.
All right. So you scoop up some bat guano and you just chuck the barrier. When it hits the barrier, it disappears for a brief second before it splatters you in the back of the head.
God damn it.
I don't watch game chat, Lake, but I just sent you in game chat if you want to check that.
I wiped the back one off the back of my head. I don't have hair, so it's not that bad.
It's under your scales.
Ew.
Phil Dennis, can you prestidigate this? It smells.
Hold on! He runs his little feet to the. Gurgle, reading that one, you see that one reads, Artemis, builder of the keep, thou standest amidst the monument to his life.
Artemis, isn't that... I'm sorry. Nope. I'm not there.
That's what I was thinking. Never mind.
And this one reads, Shasha Ivilskova, wife.
2.
I start shouting louder. Balin! Balin, turn around! Balin!
Is Balin doing anything up there other than standing and staring?
He seems to be ignoring you for the most part.
But he's like moving. And
he is moving. Like he kind of glances back sometimes when you make noise. And as you see him this time, he kind of looks back, kind of like staring at the blue case behind him. At which point you see him reach down, unsheath his scimitar, and he kind of holds it up to his chest as if he's about to impale himself.
No, stop!
Dispel magic on the blue thing.
Make me a wisdom check, please.
You got it.
There's a shortage of perfect breasts in this world. Be ashamed to damage yours.
That was perfect. That was so perfect.
All right. As the magic washes over, you kind of fade in intensity, but as far as you can tell, it is still in place.
I'm gonna try to touch the thing. The
Okay.
barrier.
You step down the stairs and you reach out and touch it. Nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna walk through it.
All right. You see Toshra step through with no difficulty and get to the other side.
I walk through as well.
Blink shot follows.
Wait, try to come back.
Not my
Do I
concern
hear
right now.
Gurgle say that?
You do hear him say it.
As soon as we stop Balin, and I'll run over and try and stop Balin from killing himself.
All right, you run over and try and grab him. Phil Dennis, I imagine. I don't want to speak for Phil Dennis here, but at this point, at least get close enough.
But what?
I have to assume that Phil Dennis would get in there as well. He wouldn't leave this between you.
Damn it. All right.
I run over, and 1 sec.
I want to knock the scimitar out of his hand. Can I do that?
I'm waiting for Blink Shot to decide what he was doing first, because he did charge.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. As you run up and you reach to touch him, you touch him and you feel your magic wash through him. Toshra, as you run up and you touch the rapier in his hand, your hand goes right through it. And as you look at Balin, you see his form start to shift and contort as he disappears. And you all see the creature that tried to kill you in the fog. And
God
that is
damn.
where we're going to end the session for this week.
Dude, where do I sense the sun sword? Where do I sense the sun sword now? Because locate
You
object's still
don't
up.
sense the sun sword.
I don't? When did I
Because
stop?
Balin cast magic aura on it.
But we did sense it when we cast it initially.
You did. It faded with the illusion. I've told you guys before, Strahd is a magic caster.
I've told you guys about this fucking dream so many. Can't listen to me. Jesus Christ, I'm Cassandra all over.
You should have been here to tell us.
Oh my God. I'm like,
You told us that
my
we
screen.
You told us that we leave you on the other side, and that's the problem.
I was confused because you were on the other side. We were going towards you, and you told us in the dream you were behind us.
I can't
That's
go
why I
into
was
this further,
thinking-
but I just DM'd Blake twice. I'm like, you fucking great at this because holy shit, I'm yelling at my goddamn computer.
My favorite
Fucking
thing about
games.
this, my favorite thing about this Blink Shot is what you just did.
Yep, I know.
What'd he do?
That will be revealed next week unless Blink Shot wants to scream out, "I fucked up!"
Yo, leave
I
11
will
minutes. Let's
scream out.
keep going. Let's put 'em
I
midnight.
will scream out, I fucked up, we have to kill it twice!
Blink Shot casts Death Ward on him.
Oh.
Oh
So-
man.
Come on, we have 11 minutes and then an hour. Let's play late. Come on, come on.
I'm not that sleepy. If we want to play a little longer.
You wanna
I have a
keep
feeling
going?
this is going to take a long time. Given
Yeah.
Everyone will send Lake an extra $1 for another half an hour. I'll buy you 2 headsets. I'm so
I have-
into this right now.
I am surprised that the illusion though worked for locate object.
Yeah, me
Locate
too.
object is a divination spell. It is essentially scrying. The definition of magic aura is it can make a thing appear as another thing. Locate object, we've pointed this out before. Locate object cannot differentiate of 2 things that are the same.
You
So
know,
if it's
I knew.
the magical aura of that item and the locate object was looking for that aura, it could find it. Strahd
Like,
knew
dude.
all along that you had the sun sword. He was giving you the will.
That's bullshit. He shouldn't have known. I know it. Brahideen probably told him, but still. I was like, that was my whole thing. The half the campaign was hiding it, so I'm fine with it.
I blame all of this on you, Balin. You're giving a shit for chasing this guy down. You left the party.
All right,
I,
you guys want to keep going? You're not asleep. Let's roll initiative.
come on.
I'm
Finish it.
not here to do
Ah.
this.
I dare you to kill me.
Sure.
Let me roll my own
I'll
spot.
keep
Roll my
going.
own sheet. I want to crit kill all fuckers.
I'm going for it. I'm too wide
I
awake.
have a
I'm not
feeling
gonna
we might need to
sleep
stop at some point,
No.
but I'm okay with it.
Silence.
Ugh.
Well,
Chris,
basically,
your doesn't matter. Your kiss don't
there's
matter.
one
Only this
other
game matters.
reason I didn't want to continue. Phil Dennis isn't here,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't want to
that's-
continue. I don't want to do this without Leo. He's already missed.
Yeah.
That's fair. This is pretty epic. Yeah, we should wait till
And
next.
he's being a good big. He's not here because he's busy. He's here because he's at his little sister's birthday, and I don't want to punish the guy for being a good big brother.
No.
Yeah,
Especially
no,
if I
it's.
yell at
I
the world.
didn't even think about that, but yeah,
So I will roll
I
this initiative.
couldn't do this without Leo.
You guys can pick this up next week, and we will see what is very likely going to be the end of the campaign in Barovia.
Oh, you're all such dicks. I told you so many times.
You told us so many times not to let you get caught on the other end of this curtain.
Well, I mean, to be fair in character, I said I'm not a fucking vampire.
My favorite thing about this is that those are the fucking statues, Balin. Every single time you've asked me, are these the statues? Are these the statues? Are these statues?
Oh, why didn't you say that when I walked into the room? I guess that makes sense. Why?
Did
you
you
were
walk into the
walking
room?
into the room.
Are
were
you in this
you
room?
gonna take over control no matter what, or was it my pestering that did it?
So in that instance, it was never you. So that's why I didn't ask for you what you were doing in that instance.
Okay, fair point. I was just
this
like,
was always
'cause-
this was always this creature that was disguised.
I was playing pretty fast and loose with the conditions, but I felt like I was doing right by everybody. But I thought you were just kind of like, you're playing both sides. Fuck off.
Now I'm really confused.
Why are you really confused?
Is Balin real?
I've never been real. I mean, I died in Wave Echo Cave. This has all been a Strahd plot.
Actually,
flame
have
skull
you guys
killed
ever TPK'd?
What?
No,
No.
we have never.
No,
TPK'd.
okay. You guys have. I've had a lot of my games that have TPK'd.
We've only had one
Hey.
person die. He just died 3 times.
Over and over
You
again.
guys twice, yeah. You guys have never all.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have died except for him.
You've all been unconscious, so nobody's ever. You haven't all been unconscious at once.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
closest
I
you
think
came to
Chris.
that
I think Chris came the
the
closest. I think
closest you
were
came to
two
that-
saves.
was the fight against the werewolves at the tower, where the only person gurgle.
Gurgle is the only reason that I still have Blink Shaw, because he used an inspiration to save my death
Oh, I
save
still have an inspiration.
when I crit failed.
Yeah,
There
and then he
was
still have
also
an
the very first fight with Strahd in that room when you all were down and bleeding out and Gurgle was hiding. And as soon as
Yeah, I
Strahd,
remember that.
remember he
Right.
took the amulet and I ran over and was like, stabilize, stay awake.
Gurgle has been a lifesaver to you guys. He has performed as well as Blisk before him.
Which is fucked up if you read my roleplay notes, because I say some pretty shitty shit about Gurgle.
Yeah.
I have to, like, stepping back out of character at this point, I actually am really confused about, like, whether this thing is Balin, like, just whether, like, when you were saying who's playing Balin, I'm like, is this thing Balin? Is Balin Balin? Is there...
I will reveal more of that next week. We
That's
will
what I
we will get into what is going on next week.
I want to keep shooting the shit, though. I just don't want to give up anything. God, this fucking session.
That was an intense
Solid.
session.
Yeah.
I'm glad I lost.
Tasha's better, though.
Yeah, I was worried I was going to end up taking that back to Faerun with me, and I was going to be like a horrible person.
I remember I told Lake, like in like session 2 or 3, I was going to roll whole Balin.
You're cutting out.
Oh, I was going to, in like session 2 or 3, I told Lake I was going to roleplay this whole campaign like Bill Paxton in Aliens, like on the brink of losing his mind, like can't handle insane. And I think after this, he might, if I survive, will be about game over, man, crazy.
I really want
We still have one favor to uncrazy you.
No, this isn't a spell slot. This is character development. You can't fix that with a spell slot.
You just want to use your backup character.
No, I actually really want to see Balin go until he can or cannot. He might actually already be dead. I don't exactly know what I'm doing with him, but
I really wanted Balin to meet my backup character because I thought that would be interesting because she's really rich.
my swan song is I got to tell off everybody I wanted to tell off except Strahd. My notes for Rahadin. Fuck you, you're lucky you had a horse. My notes for Esmeralda. Basically, that's why Rictavio hated your guts. Thanks for the rapier. Escher. No, you're just a ploy to hurt someone else's feelings. Go away. I don't like you. These are my notes.
Hold on.
Basically, like,
I'm going to reveal this joke to Keith because this is a Keith joke. This is a sheet. If you want to get that, you have permission to edit it too. I did this a long time ago when you started making way on this because I was going to reveal it as a joke. If you want to actually go through and work with that, you can.
say it again. You broke up a little bit. Say what?
If you scroll down to the very bottom of all the handouts, there's something that only you can see if you want to keep that secret, just as kind of a joke. But it's something that it's at the very, very bottom. It's not in the folder. You'll know which one when you see it.
I don't see anything at the
hold
bottom
on. Save changes.
yet.
There we go. Should be above class changes.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and do what you want with that, I had that idea a while back when you did a thing, and I'm like, I'm absolutely going to roll the thing.
This is awesome.
Completely.
That's fucking perfect.
Stepping back again, what's everybody making for Tashra's one-shot campaigns?
I'm playing Warlock.
Okay.
I am not
I made a
Tasha.
paladin.
I am Curly.
So for Curly's one-shot campaigns.
I have it easy that my nickname is what people say. So
I keep doing it
Blake.
to Phil Dennis, where I just call him Leo. And so I keep trying to character name. So I'm sorry, Curly.
That's all right.
I've known Leo for years and played with him in multiple games. I still call him Phil Dennis. I'm just glad I'm getting you, Blinkshaw, and him.
I wanted to say, I'm glad I joined this group because this has been a blast. And this has been amazing. I just want to say.
Yeah, you've been a great addition.
Awesome.
Like Tasha's a cool character. Curly's a cool person.
I'm glad I
Thank
made this group too, guys.
If
If only just because as well, when payoff just lives up to the expectation, it's fantastic.
Oh man, I can't believe I cast that stupid spell.
Man,
Level 4 spell slot, saving a damn. Okay, anyway.
that possession thing. I was so mad when remove curse didn't work. I was arguing with Lake about identify and why Phil Dennis couldn't figure out that it was cursed by identify. And
We
I
had
didn't
a
realize it
long
wasn't a curse.
conversation
We
about
did.
the difference between curses and magical effects, and then we had a brief conversation about how they work. Basically, I ended up explaining to her that curses are not magical effects. Magic is something that has magic is part of the natural. Something that may be caused by magic, but alters the world at a fundamental level. It is in itself not inherently magical. That's why identify doesn't normally identify if something is cursed or not, unless it is an item that has been cursed by a persistent magical effect. Fun fact.
Yeah. So I was so frustrated. I was like, oh, finally they're casting remove curse. Crap.
No.
But that was a real challenge.
Yes. I'll reveal a little bit more there. Yes. possession effect. This was a fundamental change to your character, and that is something that tends to only be able to be removed greater restoration or greater, which is why remove curse is not powerful enough for it.
Right. But that was a fun challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It hurt like
you get inspiration, by the way, for maintaining that as long as you did.
Thank you.
You didn't
I
do
already have inspiration, though.
yours was kind of subtle, I know, because like the way you were doing it, you were literally just being you. But I'll give you inspiration too, because you guys are moving forward and you guys got some stuff ahead of you.
Does that mean I have 2 inspiration? Because I already had the inspiration.
You have a inspiration.
A inspiration. Okay.
If you would like to re-roll your initiative and get a free advantage on, do that.
Sure, I'll do that.
I gave Curly my inspiration last time.
Yeah,
give it back, and then just get an inspiration.
Blink already has inspiration. I gave it to him anyway.
Yep.
Which
so-
I'm saying,
so
like,
yeah.
I'll basically just give you advantage on your last roll. All right, your initiative goes up.
Okay, by 1.
It's not wasted. It's up by 1. You are. It doesn't change anything. That's sad.
That's okay.
You're still last in the initiative despite that. Holy shit! Everyone rolled.
Wow.
This was a reveal.
This was a huge episode.
So,
I'm so glad. I hope it recorded well. I really hope it recorded well. Otherwise, this would be huge to miss.
So Link's a warlock.
I'm making a paladin.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm playing. I'll go a little more. I'm playing a tiefling warlock.
Oh, really?